Jason Rogers, and he's the head of the voting bureau on St. Martin, and this year we have once more again another election, and that's scheduled for February the 26th, which is Monday upcoming. Mr. Rogers, I want you to explain us so far. Everything is up to date. I know during the hurricane you had some material stuff to work with that got damaged during the hurricane, right? How does that stand now? Everything is into place ready for the election?
Well, indeed, we've suffered some damages as a result of the passing of Hurricane Irma and Maria. We've had all of our materials that we use for elections. So from voting booths down to everything, down to the pencils that we use for our election, we had everything stored in a container, and that container was actually blown away. We had it situated next to the old census office building, where everyone knows, and it was blown. It ended up actually into the pond. And then afterwards, it was actually put, from what I understood, to parts were found in the festival village, as a matter of fact. So indeed, we suffered a lot of damages. We could not, if we would have had an election right away, then we could have not facilitated that because we didn't have any materials. And that was one of the things that we as a Central Voting Bureau advised the Minister of General Affairs of, and also the Parliament of St. Martin. In the meantime, we were indeed able to order new materials. So we have new voting booths, new voting bins, new materials. Every single thing is new. They arrived, they've been set up to a certain extent in order to see how they would look when they're set up. So as of Friday, tomorrow, we will be starting with the setting up of the voting booths. As you know, we're using a number of schools as polling stations. So school is up until tomorrow, so after school we'll be starting in setting up those booths, and some on Saturday too. And we're going to be doing some inspecting on Saturday afternoon and Sunday as well, inspecting the various polling stations. We have 20 polling stations on St. Martin, and we will be inspecting them in order to see if the voting booths are put up in accordance with the legislation, because there is, in the legislation, it stipulates exactly how a voting booth actually should look.
Now you have something like 2,000 voting cards that are returned back to the post office. So what is going to happen to those cards? That you have a plan that the people would come and pick them up where they are, or you want able to find where those people are to get the cards to them?
Okay, so we have in total 22,559 eligible voters that were eligible at the moment that we closed the voters registry back in December. And of course, persons that feel that this should be added to the voters registry, they can approach the court and ask for that permission. And then once we receive that decision from the court, then we will add them to the voters registry. Now, because of the specific situation that we were placed in St. Martin after both hurricanes, we have decided to make that extra effort and have substations within the country where persons can actually go and collect their voting cards. Now, as you know, previous elections, we would only have done it via the postal services, but the postal services itself has also sustained a lot of damages. So they were not able to accommodate that volume of voting cards as well, in addition to the regular posts that they have on a daily basis. So the postal service we reached out to, and that was the information that we got. And we figured that, you know what, we need to be able to exude the necessary effort in order to accommodate persons that have been displaced as a result of the hurricane. Not only displaced persons that no longer have a house, but also persons that may have a house but don't have a mailbox. So it was decided to have those 4 substations in the country, and persons, they could have gone there if they know that they're displaced, that they could have gone to one of those substations, and it was indicated exactly which substation that you would have had to go to, and they could have collected their voting cards. Now, that was one option. Then you had the other option, which is the postal services. The postal services delivered a number of voting cards, which was quite a good bit, And indeed, as you mentioned, Ricardo, that it was approximately 2,200 voting cards that were returned. Now, it sounds a lot, 2,200, but the number does not differ much from the amount of cards that were returned in the 2016 election once the Postal Service did distribute them. So the amount of cards that were returned this year is similar to the amount of 2016. In answer to your question as to what will take place then, as we have mentioned during different radio interviews but also different ads, that persons that have not received their voting cards 8 days prior to election, so as of now, as we speak, they can proceed to the civil registry, and that's in the new government building. They can collect their voting card at the civil registry. The civil registry is open until 7 p.m. on a daily basis now, and on Saturday, they can even do that up until 1 p.m. Excuse me. And also on the date of election, they can go to the polling station and actually collect a voting card, their voting card. And but we do encourage persons as much as possible for the coming days to go to the census office and collect their voting card as opposed to the polling station, because then it will be, if you're going to collect your voting card at the polling station, the day of the polling station itself, then it could be a little bit of a delay in the sense of the getting your voting cards, because what happened is that the voters registry is by number, not alphabetically. So therefore, once you don't have your voting card and you go out to the polling station to get your voting card, they would have to look through that voters registry, and per district you have a maximum of approximately 1,500, so they would have to go through that whole one in order to identify your name. So how it will happen is that once you go there, if you don't have your voting card, then the person at the polling station will call the headquarters at the civil registry and find out, well, listen, is Ricardo Williams, is he an eligible voter? Then the civil registry will call you back will stay on the line and tell you right away, yes, he's an eligible voter, and then they will check there indeed, because then it's quicker, and they will give you the number on this in the voters registry that they have there, and they will then verify if that is so, and they will see if your identification indeed corresponds with the information that they have as well. They will check your picture to see if it's the person itself. So that opportunity is given. It will take a little bit longer. Of course, we have told them, try to facilitate them as much as possible, and they will too. But we would like to encourage persons as much as possible to still go to the civil registry today, tomorrow, and Saturday and collect your voting cards.
Educate the people is to free them from mental bondage. A nation that is governed by injustice, inequality, and unfairness, it's against the spirit of democracy.
We will tell the people the truth, and the people will be our judge.
Hi, I am Lisa Alexander, candidate number 9 on the United St. Martin Party slate on February 26, 2018. Vote for me, Lisa Alexander, candidate number 9.
On February 26, 2018, you will have the ability to make a change. So your vote matters. In fact, it starts and ends with your vote. We need people with ability to function in Parliament, and I'm your candidate, Maria Boncampa Molanas, with that ability. The ability to lower the profit and turnover tax. The ability to increase the minimum wage. The ability to take back Mullet Bay Beach to the people, the ability to build roofs for the people. Now is not the time for fake smiles and hugs, empty aid promises, fake unity, but about the ability to deliver. On February 26th, let your vote count. Vote for someone with the ability to focus on creating jobs, the ability to rebuild our economy, the ability to negotiate, not devastate, to employ, not destroy, to put people before power and greed. I'm asking you to vote for ability. I'm asking you to vote for me. I am Maria Boncampa Molanas, USP number 3 on the Blue Party.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
Peace, justice, and strong institutions. All of these things go hand in hand when we discuss the peace and security of St. Martin people. The European Peace and Security Agenda in the Caribbean is there to protect us in our most vulnerable moments. This is what we want our communities to look like: peaceful, inclusive, and fair. How do we achieve this? By coordinating fair elections, by presenting a budget that profits all across the board, by caring for and respecting the elderly and the youth who are vulnerable in our society, and by introducing laws that protect animals. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, check out my other videos in this series on Sustainable Development Goals for St. Martin. On February 26th, remember, vote for Asani Ellis, candidate number 15 on the United Democrats slate.
General Hospital. The St. Martin General Hospital is coming. Last week, all the lenders, all the financiers for the project met in Curaçao, and we have commitments for the total amount of money required for the construction of the main building for the hospital to the tune of 135 million guilders. I would like to extend a special thanks, of course, to the financiers, but in particular as well to Minister of Finance Gijsbertha in Curaçao, because some of the financing is coming from pension funds based in Curaçao. They, within their regulations, are obligated actually to invest money in Curaçao. So without the permission of the Council of Ministers, and in particular the support of Minister Gijsbertha, that wouldn't have been possible. So, we really do appreciate the support for St. Martin. In addition, we've received a revised concept drawing for the new hospital. As we mentioned, we've made some modifications to the structure to ensure that the new hospital is resistant to Category 5 plus hurricanes. There is a revised drawing. I don't know if they have it, but if not, we will make a point of sending that out. Lawyers for the different parties are now busy working on the final loan documentation. There's a 100-page document, so there's obviously a lot of work. I really do appreciate all the work that's being put in by consultants, lawyers, boards, in terms of reviewing loan documentation. The aim actually is to have a formal signing this Friday. Everybody is burning the midnight oil to try and make sure that that happens. I think it's also very important to recognize, as part of the process, as everyone's familiar with construction processes, normally you have a budget, you have construction drawings, you have architectural drawings, engineering drawings, you have timelines, you have payment schedules. It's a very structured process. In the same way that we're looking at the structure for the physical construction of the hospital, we are also looking to the quality standards of the hospital in exactly the same way. All of the partners, including the financiers, recognize that if the hospital is going to be successful, we need to ensure that the quality standards are there as well. All of the hospitals in Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin have agreed that they will work towards a JCI accreditation, or Joint Commission International, which is an internationally recognized standard. And so there's a possibility to share resources, protocols, but also as part of the development plan for the new hospital, it includes that track towards working towards JCI accreditation. And again, in the same seriousness that we take the actual construction of the physical building itself. So rest assured, St. Martin, that we're making sure that when the construction of the building's complete, that the quality standards that we need are there as well. I'd like to extend a special thanks to obviously everyone who's been involved in the project, the tripartite committee, which includes the Ministry of VSA, the SZV, and the SMMC. SZV in particular, thanks to Glenn Carty. Without the SZV taking point on this, the project would not have been able to happen. And I think it's important to recognize that while SZV is one of the financiers of the project, so meaning that the money that they invest, they get a financial return on that investment, but SZV also has a huge operational savings by seeing a new hospital in place. So that means that we can refer less patients abroad, we can treat people here, provide quality care close to home. They don't have all of the travel expenses of having to send both patients and a companion abroad. So aside from the returns on investment that they get from actually investing in the project themselves, they get the operational savings.
My name is George Pandeflet, the number 7 candidate on the National Alliance list. I'm asking you to re-elect me to Parliament. With me, what do you have? A man that is loyal, a man that is committed, a man that is consistent, and a man that has experience. So on February 26, 2018, when you go to that polling station, just get tunnel vision. See one list, the white list, that of the National Alliance, and look for candidate number 7. Number 7 means in biblical terms, completion. And vote for me, George Pandeflet, a man of the people, a man that works hard. One of my slogans was, it is time to work. Now the slogan is today, we ain't done. So on February 26, 2018, when you go to that polling station, when you go into that booth, look for one list, the white list, Look for your candidate, number 7, George Pantoflet, a man of the people. God bless you. Thank you. And God bless St. Martin.
Good day, St. Martin. I am Lucrecia Morales, better known as Lucky Morales, candidate number 15 on the National Alliance slate. Do you think St. Martin needs a stable government with good governance principles applied? That sustainable environment is a condition for a good health? Do you believe that affordable housing, empowering the youth and women are essential for a stable society? I do believe we can, because with the right laws and actions, we shall prevail. I, Lucrecia Morales, am asking you to elect me on the 26th of February to represent you in Parliament, number 15 on the National Alliance slate. Number 15 Alliance, number 15 Alliance, number 15 Alliance.
To educate the people is to free them from mental bondage. A nation that is governed by injustice, inequality, and unfairness, it's against the spirit of democracy.
We will tell the people the truth, and the people will be our judge.
Hi, I am Lisa Alexander, candidate number 9 on the United St. Martin Party slate on February 26, 2018. Vote for me, Lisa Alexander, candidate number 9.
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 fun mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of fun miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to My Card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free fun miles with first use. Switch to My Card today at WIB.
Fun miles, from within your reach.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
Hi, my name is Asha Uche Roseberg, and I am candidate number 22 on the United Democrats slate. I believe that education will be the foundation for growth, development, and prosperity for country St. Martin moving forward. Elect me, and I will represent you in Parliament on issues such as job creation, the quality of education, and efficiency within our public services. Coming February 26, I urge you to elect me, candidate number 22 on the United Democrats slate.
Dear voter, our people are once again forced to go to the polls for the second time in less than 18 months. This after the passing of the strongest hurricane recorded in history. As if being left without roofs, jobs, and resources to take care of their families wasn't enough. Our politicians, the so-called leaders of our country, thought it was best to break up the government and call for a new election. At what point do we as voters say enough is enough? At what point do we appoint true competent leaders who have the future of our children at heart? It is time to vote for a strong, stable, and secure St. Martin. Join me on February 26, 2018, as we vote for Gracita Arundel, the leader of the People's Progressive Alliance.
She's educated. Vote for Elvis Benders. He can have the country moving. Vote for Elvis Benders. He can have the country booming. Select Mr. Elvis Benders. He will rebuild our country. Now is the time to make a difference. People of St. Martin, here's a chance to make it right. Get up and stand for your rights. So while we elect people who don't give
Flanders, candidate number 11 on the United St. Martin Party.
You sound as the very same brass that I heard 2 years ago with the Pearl of China, where people try to fool the people of St. Martin that we will be well off economically with this grand project that is coming here. And here, Minister Lee, backed by the United Democrat and the government of the Democratic Party, is bringing back once more a big Pearl of China in their own way with a hospital. The people of St. Martin need to remember how parliamentarians failed to come together in a moment of crisis to bring this country here out of the rubble of Hurricane Irma. And because of their stupidity, it cost us the trust of Holland, the Netherlands, whereby the Dutch government don't trust none of these politicians here and has decided, for her very own reason and benefit, to park the money into the World Bank, because none of these folks. And I'm asking myself, why isn't there sufficient emphasis or effort by the minister to sit with the Netherlands and get a good, cheap loan to build this hospital, partly grants and whatever, the arrangement, because knowing also that the kingdom also has a certain responsibility towards the health of the citizens in the Caribbean side of the kingdom. So why not? Minister Lee, your government, Sarah Westcott, your government, together with the United Democrat and William Marlin and Franz Richardson, all of you have cost the people of St. Martin already because of your lack of uniting in bringing a unity government for this country during the crisis moment of Irma. You guys failed to approach the Dutch in unity. The Dutch parked the money with the World Bank, and St. Martin today have to pay 13%, which it cost us about 66 million euro. That equal to $80 million that we have lost because of the stupidity of Franz Richardson, William Marlin, Theodore Heiliger, Sarah Westcott, all the leadership of politics. $80 million or 66 million euro. We no longer have 550. They're talking about 550 million euro, but that's not the case. You have to subtract this from this, and we are now talking about 484 million. Okay, so we lost 80 million. 80 million is 144 million guilders. When Minister Lee come and tell the people of St. Martin that he have secured 135 million guilders for the new hospital, Minister Lee, stupidity by you guys has proven that you all jointly has lost 80 million guilders in doing foolishness. So please do not come with another Pearl of China trying to fool the people of St. Martin with a hospital, cannot give us any details about the financial arrangement in this and also about the services that this hospital is going to provide.